The three-ingredient smoothie that lowers blood pressure. Drink daily. You know, I've always believed that some of life's biggest changes start in the simplest places, like your kitchen counter. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stood in your kitchen, staring at a bottle of blood pressure medication, and thought, there has to be another way? Maybe you felt trapped between wanting to stay healthy and feeling like you're drowning in pills, side effects, and complicated diets. I get it. My dad used to say, getting old isn't for the faint of heart. And he was right. But what if I told you that lowering your blood pressure could be as easy as blending three ingredients you probably already have in your fridge? Let's talk about why this matters. High blood pressure isn't just a number on a chart. It's the reason so many of us feel that nagging fatigue, the dizzy spells, or the worry that we're one stressful moment away from a crisis. And while medications do save lives, they're not the whole story. What you eat, every single day, can be your secret weapon. That's why today, we're diving into a simple, delicious smoothie recipe that's backed by science, loved by seniors, and takes less than 5 minutes to make. No fancy gadgets, no expensive superfoods. Just 3 humble ingredients working together like old friends. Now, I won't keep you in suspense. The first star of this smoothie is something sweet, creamy, and probably sitting in your fruit bowl right now. A banana. But this isn't just any banana. When my friend Louise started adding one to her morning routine, she wasn't just satisfying her sweet tooth. She was giving her body a powerhouse of potassium. You see, potassium is like nature's balancing act. It gently counteracts the sodium in your diet, easing tension in your blood vessels and helping your heart pump without strain. Louise's doctor was shocked when her blood pressure dropped 15 points in 6 weeks. I thought it was a fluke, she told me, until my neighbor tried it and saw the same results. But here's the catch. A banana alone isn't enough. That's where our second ingredient comes in, a handful of spinach. Now, I know what you're thinking. Spinach? In a smoothie? Won't it taste like grass? Trust me, when blended with that banana, you won't even notice it's there. But what you will notice is the steady energy and the quiet calm in your chest. Spinach is packed with nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes your blood vessels like a deep breath for your arteries. And let's not forget the magnesium, which helps your muscles, including your heart, unwind. My buddy Ed, who's 72 and stubborn as a mule, swore he'd never drink anything green. But after his 3rd grandchild was born, he realized he wanted to be around for all the milestones. He started sneaking spinach into his morning smoothie, and within a month, his doctor said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Now, he grows spinach in his backyard just for this recipe. Now, I know you're curious about the 3rd ingredient. It's the one that ties everything together, creamy, versatile, and surprisingly powerful. But before we get to that, I want you to try something. Tomorrow morning, grab that banana and spinach, toss them in a blender with a splash of water or almond milk, and see how you feel. Pay attention to your energy, your mood, that little voice in your head that says, hey, I'm doing something good for myself today. And when you do, leave a comment below. Tell me, did your grandkids steal a sip? Did your spouse raise an eyebrow at the green color? This isn't just about a smoothie. It's about taking back control, one sip at a time. Because here's the truth. Aging doesn't have to mean surrendering to prescriptions or complicated routines. Sometimes, the best solutions are the ones that feel like a gift, not a chore. So blend up that banana and spinach. And let's meet back here for the final piece of the puzzle. The ingredient that turns this simple drink into a daily ritual you'll actually look forward to. So, you've blended that banana and spinach, maybe even sneaked in a sip. And if you're like my cousin Margie, you are thinking, okay, this isn't bad, but where's the magic? Let me tell you, the magic is in the 3rd ingredient. And no, it's not some exotic powder from the depths of the Amazon. It's sitting in the produce aisle, wearing a humble purple jacket, just waiting to revolutionize your mornings. Let's talk about beets. Now, I know what you're thinking. Beets? Really? The stuff my grandma pickled? Yes, really. But here's why. Beets are like nature's pressure valves. They're bursting with nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, the same compound that relaxes your blood vessels and lets your blood flow like a calm river instead of a raging rapid. And here's the kicker. Studies show that drinking beet juice daily can lower blood pressure in just weeks. Take my neighbor, Harold. He's 68, a retired mechanic who'd been wrestling with high blood pressure for years. He hated the idea of adding another pill to his routine, so his daughter talked him into trying this smoothie. At first, he grumbled about the color. Looks like something my carburetor coughed up. But within a month, his numbers dropped into the healthy range for the first time in a decade. His secret? A small, cooked beet in his blender every morning. Tastes sweeter than you'd think, he told me. And now I'm the one giving my doctor advice. Now, I won't sugarcoat it. Raw beets can be earthy, even a little bitter. But here's the trick. Roast or boil them first. It softens their edge and brings out a natural sweetness that pairs perfectly with the banana. Just cube one small beet, about the size of a golf ball. Cook it until it's fork tender, and toss it into your blender with the spinach and banana. Add a splash of water, almond milk, or even a spoonful of plain yogurt for creaminess, and blend until it's smooth as silk. And if you're still skeptical, let's talk about the science. Nitric oxide doesn't just lower blood pressure. It boosts blood flow to your brain, which means sharper focus, and maybe even fewer "where did I put my keys?" moments. Plus, beets are packed with fiber, which keeps your gut happy and your cholesterol in check. It's like getting a tune-up for your entire body while you sip your breakfast. But here's the best part. This isn't a chore. This smoothie can become a ritual, a tiny act of rebellion against the idea that aging means settling for less. My friend Clara, who's 74, calls hers a sunrise in a glass. She adds a pinch of cinnamon for warmth and drinks it on her porch while watching the birds. Feels like I'm giving myself a hug from the inside, she says. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried adding beets to your diet? Did your grandkids stare at your pink mustache after you drank it? Drop a comment below. Your stories inspire all of us to keep experimenting. And if you're thinking, but what about the mess? Beets stain everything. Don't worry. A quick rinse of the blender right after you pour your smoothie does the trick. Or do what I do. Use an old mason jar you don't mind turning a little pink. So here's your mission. Tomorrow morning, add that cooked beet to your banana and spinach. Taste it, tweak it, make it yours. And notice how you feel. Not just in your body, but in your spirit. Because taking charge of your health isn't just about numbers on a scale or a blood pressure cuff. It's about waking up and thinking, today I chose me. Let's talk about something I hear all the time. Okay, I tried the smoothie, but how do I keep this up every day? Change can feel daunting, especially when it's something new. But here's the secret. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Maybe you forgot the beet yesterday, or maybe you swapped spinach for kale because that's what was in the fridge. Guess what? That's still a win. Take my friend Marge, for example. She's 71 and swore she'd never stick to a daily routine. But she started small, blending the smoothie just 3 mornings a week. Soon, she noticed her afternoon slumps fading, and her walks with her terrier felt easier. Before long, she was craving that pink drink every morning. It's not about the smoothie, she told me. It's about proving to myself that I'm worth the effort. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. What if you don't like the taste? Maybe the earthy tang of beets isn't your thing, or the spinach feels too green for your sweet tooth. That's okay. This recipe is a canvas, not a commandment. My cousin Walt adds a chunk of pineapple or a few frozen berries to sweeten his blend. Another friend, Irene, tosses in a thumb of fresh ginger for a spicy kick. The goal isn't to force down something you hate. It's to create a ritual you enjoy. And here's a pro tip. Prep ahead. On Sunday, roast a few beets, chop them into cubes, and stash them in the fridge. Wash a big batch of spinach and leave it ready to grab. That way, when morning brain fog hits, you're not wrestling with vegetable prep. You're just tossing ingredients into the blender. My neighbor, Sam, even pre-measures everything into little jars so his grandkids can help him assemble the magic potion, as they call it. But let's get real for a moment. Some days, life happens. You're running late, the grandkids are over, or you're just plain tired. On those days, remember, Done is better than perfect. Use frozen spinach instead of fresh. Grab a pre-cooked beet from the grocery salad bar, or split the recipe in half and sip it over 2 mornings. What matters is keeping the habit alive, even if it's in miniature. Now, let's talk about the why behind the what. Why do these 3 ingredients, banana, spinach, beet, work so well together? Think of them as a trio of musicians, each playing a different instrument. The banana's potassium relaxes your blood vessels. The spinach's nitrates open the pathways. The beet's nitric oxide keeps everything flowing smoothly. Together, they're not just lowering your blood pressure. They're giving your heart room to breathe, your brain clarity to focus, and your body the nutrients to thrive. And here's something fascinating. This combo fights inflammation, too. Chronic inflammation is like a slow-burning fire in your body, linked to everything from arthritis to heart disease. The antioxidants in spinach and beets douse those flames, while the banana's magnesium soothes your muscles and nerves. It's a full-body tune-up in a glass. But don't just take my word for it. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who drank beet juice daily saw significant drops in systolic blood pressure within 4 weeks. Another trial showed that potassium-rich diets can reduce stroke risk by up to 24%. This isn't folklore, it's science served smoothie style. So what's next? Keep experimenting. Try adding a spoonful of chia seeds for omega-3s, or a dash of cinnamon for a metabolic boost. Swap almond milk for coconut water if you're feeling fancy. The more you make this smoothie yours, the more it'll feel like a gift, not a chore. Before I go, I want to hear from you. Have you tweaked the recipe? Did your blood pressure numbers surprise your doctor? Share your story in the comments. You might inspire someone else to take that first step. And remember, every sip is a love letter to your future self. Here's to mornings that feel lighter, energy that lasts, and the quiet pride of knowing you're doing something extraordinary, one simple blend at a time. Oh, you know, there's a story my Aunt Clara loves to tell about her favorite rocking chair. It's been on her porch for 40 years, weathered by storms, faded by the sun, creaking louder every year. But she refuses to replace it. Why fix what still works, she'd say. That is, until one day, her grandson pointed out a wobbly leg. "Gran, this isn't safe," he warned. Reluctantly, she let him tighten the screws, sand the edges, and add a fresh coat of paint. When she sat back down, she sighed. "I didn't realize how much I'd gotten used to the wobble." That's the thing about small changes, isn't it? We adjust to the creaks and aches, convincing ourselves they're just part of the ride. But sometimes, all it takes is a little tightening, a simple daily habit, to steady us. Over these last few videos, we've talked about 3 ingredients that can do just that for your blood pressure: the potassium punch of a banana, the nitrate magic of spinach, and the heart-loving power of beets. Alone, they're good. Together, they're a daily reset button for your health. Now, I'm not saying this smoothie is a miracle cure, but what I am saying is that it's a choice, a tiny, tangible act of care that says, I matter. My neighbor Earl started blending this drink after his 3rd stent surgery. At first, he did it grudgingly, muttering about rabbit food. But last week, he texted me a photo of his blood pressure monitor, 118/76. Underneath, he wrote, "Guess the rabbits were onto something." Here's what I want you to take away. You don't have to overhaul your life to change it. This smoothie isn't about strict rules or rigid routines. It's about showing up for yourself in the simplest way possible, one blitz of the blender at a time. Maybe today you'll swap your morning toast for this vibrant drink. Maybe tomorrow you'll toss in a blueberry or a sprinkle of flaxseed. Or maybe, like my friend Ginny, you'll start a smoothie club with your neighbors, comparing recipes and laughing over whose concoction turns the weirdest color. Spoiler, beet red always wins. But let's get practical for a moment. If you're feeling overwhelmed, here's your game plan. Start small. Try the smoothie once this week. Notice how you feel. Celebrate the wins. Did you sleep better? Feel less puffy? That's your body thanking you. Share the journey. Health is contagious. Pass the recipe to a friend. Or better yet, blend it together. And if skepticism creeps in, can a drink really make a difference? Remember, Rivers carve canyons drop by drop. Your body is no different. Every sip of potassium, every leaf of spinach, every crimson beet is a drop in the bucket of your well-being. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Did this smoothie surprise you? Did your spouse steal a sip? Maybe your doctor raised an eyebrow at your improved numbers? Drop a comment below. Your story could be the nudge someone else needs to begin. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe. Let's build a community where we lift each other up, one blender at a time. So here's to you. To mornings that feel hopeful, to energy that defies the clock, and to the quiet pride of knowing you're nurturing the most important relationship you'll ever have, the one with yourself. Keep blending, keep believing, and keep embracing the joy of a life that's fully lived. No wobbles allowed. Cheers to your health, today and always.